From the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), developing Nigeria's automotive industry. This is Automotive Hour, projecting Nigeria's automotive industry to the world.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Automotive Hour, brought to you by the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC. This program is dedicated to bringing you the latest developments, insights, and innovations shaping Nigeria's automotive sector. I am your host, Maimuna Ahoiza Zubair. On this episode, we turn our spotlights to the challenges facing the automotive sector and how stakeholders led by the council are steadily working to address them. And on our Meet the Manufacturer segment, we will feature a household name that has grown into one of Nigeria's industrial giants, Mikano Motors, whose journey from power solutions to automobile assembly represents resilience and innovation in motion. Let's begin as we bring you the top stories making the rounds in the Nigerian automotive industry.
The National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC) has intensified its compressed natural gas (CNG) adoption campaign with a series of initiatives in Owerri, Imo State. The council partnered with Oma Motors to train 60 technicians in vehicle conversion from petrol to CNG, alongside launching a CNG empowerment and awareness summit to sensitize local youths on the benefits of a cleaner fuel alternative. Flagging off the program, NADDC Director General Mr. Oluwamimo Joseph Oshonipin stressed the importance of a skilled workforce to drive Nigeria's CNG future. He highlighted the role of certified workshops as well as skilled workforce needed to drive the expansion of CNG infrastructure across the country. He also referenced the council's launch of a mobile refill unit in Lagos, a step towards building a nationwide CNG ecosystem. The summit was hosted with the full backing of Imo State Government, with Governor Hope Uzodinma represented by Dr. Emeka Mandela Ukeibo, Commissioner for Youth Development and Talent, who stated that CNG offers a safer, cleaner, and cheaper alternative to the hardship many face in the country in the area of transportation, and the cascading effect of these would vastly improve the economy. The Federal Ministry of Industry also expressed support, with a representative of the Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Onwan-Ina, extolling the council's effort towards alleviating challenges and empowering the youth. Other stakeholders pledged to establish more conversion workshops and refilling stations across Imo State, cementing its role in Nigeria's transition to greener energy. The National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), in collaboration with SJG Ventures Nigeria Limited, held a 2-week intensive training program on consultancy for CNG national training at the NADDC Automotive Training Center in Ikorodu, Lagos State. The program, which ran from the 11th to the 22nd of August 2025, brought together 50 participants drawn from across the automotive sector. The training was designed to equip automotive technicians, mechanics, youths, and professionals from CNG conversion workshops with the knowledge, skills, and competencies required to safely and efficiently convert vehicles to run on compressed natural gas. This initiative aligned with the Council's broader objective of deepening Nigeria's transition to cleaner and more affordable energy sources in transportation. In our related developments, the National Automotive Design and Development Council, in collaboration with ASG Associate Limited, organized a 2-week training program on the conversion of petrol-powered vehicles to compressed natural gas (CNG). The training held from the 11th to the 22nd of August 2025 at the NADDC Automotive Training Center in Kano drew 50 participants, including mechanics, technicians, youths, and professionals from CNG conversion workshops. The initiative formed part of the Council's broader effort to build nationwide capacity for Nigeria's energy transition in transportation. Similar to the Lagos program, the Kano training was designed to equip participants with the knowledge, skills, and modern tools required to safely and efficiently retrofit vehicles for CNG use, while also creating sustainable livelihoods for young Nigerians. At the opening ceremony, NADDC's Assistant Chief Industrial Officer and Secretary General of the Automotive Sector Skill Council, Engineer Emmanuel Loliam, represented the Director General. He emphasized the Council's commitment to rapidly expanding training across the country, noting that several of the NADDC's 21 automotive training centers are being designated as conversion hubs. He also highlighted past collaboration with Lanre Shitu Motors, Lovebart Innovations, Kocho Motors, Lady Mechanic Initiative, and Simba Group. At the end of the Kano program, participants received certificates along with modern tools and equipment to support their work in driving Nigeria's transition to cleaner, more affordable fuel.
Welcome back to Automotive Hour. Like every growing industry, Nigeria's automotive sector faces its fair share of challenges. Importation of used cars, cost of production, issues of standards and compliance, as well as misconceptions around made-in-Nigeria vehicles. But for every challenge, the NADDC has designed strategies to ensure resilience, sustainability, and global competitiveness through policies, partnerships, and a strong focus on testing, standards, and local content development. The Council is driving change in the right direction. Let's take a closer look.
The Nigerian automotive sector remains the backbone of industrialization and a key driver of national economic growth. Yet, it continues to grapple with daunting challenges, from vehicle importation pressures to high production costs and sustainability concerns. The National Automotive Design and Development Council has made several laudable efforts in identifying and surmounting these challenges.
Automotive sectors in Nigeria, we are progressing unlike before, and this is due to government commitment and government intervention. Before, as you can see, most of the automotive sectors in Nigeria, most of them were collapsed. I think about 90% of them were not in existence. But today, we can see many of them, they are coming up, and it's impressive. Our government is spending a lot of money to make sure that automotive sectors strive in Nigeria because it's the backbone of the economy and it plays a major role in the economy of the nation.
One major challenge has been the influx of used vehicles, which threatens local manufacturing. To address this, policies now restrict cars older than 10 years alongside tariffs that discourage foreign purchase while encouraging locally assembled alternatives. The Council works closely with the Standards Organization of Nigeria, the Customs Service, and the Federal Road Safety Corps to enforce these policies, ensuring only vehicles that meet defined standards enter the country. To strengthen quality assurance, the Testing and Standards Department has established a robust certification system, supported by state-owned labs and test centers across Nigeria. These facilities place the nation among the few African countries with government-owned automotive testing infrastructure.
The imported vehicles is a more or less a life threat to Nigeria, and it directly affects the economy of this country, because most of the imported vehicles, they just bring the vehicle in without any restriction. But this present administration and NADDC as a whole, we put a policy in place. Any imported vehicles, used vehicles that older than 10 years must not be allowed to come into the country. And again, we increase the tariff, so that as we increase this tariff, it make the imported vehicles more expensive. So this will encourage local vehicles to be purchased, become demand and supply. So as a result of this, government has played a major role, and the rate of importation has reduced from the data as at 2024. So I think we are on the right track.
From reducing used car imports to building testing capacity, advancing local content, and promoting sustainability, NADDC is steadily working to surmount these challenges facing Nigeria's auto sector. With continued government support, the Council reaffirms its role as the eye of the nation's automotive industry and a key driver of Nigeria's industrial future.
Welcome back. Beyond policy and standards, Nigeria's industrial story is best told through the companies that have expanded their vision to include the automotive sector. This week, we shine the spotlight on a household name, Meccano Motors, a subsidiary of Meccano International. Now, over the past 3 decades, Meccano has since evolved into a full-fledged engineering solutions provider with footprints in healthcare, marine technology, and construction. By 2018, Meccano ventured into the automotive space and established a modern assembly plant in Wawa, Ogun State, further strengthening Nigeria's industrial base. From energy to engineering and now automobiles, Meccano Motors continues to demonstrate the limitless potential of Nigerian enterprise. Let's explore their journey.
In the world of local auto assemblers, one name stands far above the rest: Meccano Motors. Under the umbrella of Meccano International Limited, is a household name that has been part of Nigeria's story since 1993. What began as a power-generating company has today expanded into a multi-sectoral engineering solutions giant. From healthcare, maritime technology, and construction, to the sole distributorship of ABB and Schneider products in Nigeria. Meccano is spreading its footprint across industries and leaving a mark. In 2010, Meccano made a strategic move into automobiles, and by 2018, the company had set up a fully operational assembly plant in Wawa, Ogun State. This facility now anchors the company's automotive ambitions, creating jobs and adding to Nigeria's industrial base.
For the automotive sector, I would say, in 2018, we started out with just one brand, which we had one OEM, which was Dongfang, which I believe a lot of different assemblers here in Nigeria use Dongfang as one of their OEMs, which we're assembling the Rich 6 pickup. And from Dongfang, we then upgraded. We now included Geely in our portfolio. We had Geely for a few years as our OEM. And from 2022, we had mainly Shangang and Maxus as our OEMs. And since we've introduced the Shangang and the Maxus brand, it has really pushed our automotive company to a new stratosphere here in Nigeria. And currently, the products that we also have here, we produce brake pads here in Nigeria as part of the products that they allow us, because we bring in the vehicles as SKD. So we assemble the vehicles here locally in Nigeria.
Over the years, the company has expanded its portfolio with reputable original equipment manufacturers bringing global standards home. Today, Meccano operates on an SKD model while also producing brake pads locally, an important step in deepening local content and boosting Nigeria's component manufacturing capacity. Local content is not just a buzzword for Meccano. It is a deliberate commitment. The company is ensuring knowledge transfer with its OEM partners, building capacity and setting the stage for more Nigerian-made components in the value chain.
The key thing that we want to push is that we need technical capacity development, right? You want to have products manufactured here in Nigeria, but another key thing is to ensure that those products meet the standard and the quality to ensure that what you're using is safe. And at Meccano, we strive to ensure that we always have, in partnership with all of our OEMs, that sort of knowledge transfer. So it's not only about, okay, we have an agreement with you, we import, we assemble. We also want to have that knowledge transfer to ensure that the products that are manufactured here in Nigeria are the same quality as what you would get overseas.
Meccano Motors is also proudly ISO certified, meeting global standards of quality and consistency in its operations.
Of course, for the assembly, we also have to follow the ISO standards. So we have that. And with each assembler and manufacturer, you have to have your certification from them, allowing you to assemble in your local country.
Partnerships is another driver of its growth story. Meccano maintains a strong collaboration with National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC). For Meccano, this collaboration is not just beneficial, it is transformational. The council is showcasing made-in-Nigeria products and opening new doors for visibility for local manufacturers like Meccano.
Our relationship with NADDC especially has grown tremendously over the years. They have been very supportive in trying to push for local assemblers in Nigeria. They are always keen to support us to ensure that people are aware of the products being assembled here in Nigeria. So our collaboration with NADDC has been very beneficial to ensure that Nigerians are aware that quality products and quality vehicles are being assembled here in Nigeria.
The Nigeria First policy is another booster. For Siam Abdulkader, Meccano's National Operations Manager, this policy is laying the foundation for stronger patronage of Nigerian-made vehicles. He believes the ripple effect will be a healthier auto industry and stronger economy as consumers embrace what is built at home.
With the current FEC meeting that they had, which they approved Nigeria First, I think that is going to be very helpful in terms of showing the world, showing Nigeria, that we do have these products here locally assembled. Like, you don't have to go overseas to look for it. And there's always that fear of, okay, if it's Nigeria, what's the quality issue? I believe opportunities like this allow people to see the assembly process, the quality control that goes into it, and it's going to further allow that market acceptance for Nigerian products, not only across different agencies, parastatals, states, governments and whatnot, but also for corporate, for individuals. Everyone will be able to see that you do have the products you're looking for locally assembled here in Nigeria.
But policy support is only one side of the story. Meccano Motors is working hard to win consumers' trust through consistent patronage and after-sales service. The company is investing in support infrastructure and nationwide service centers to ensure that customers are never left stranded.
I do believe the Nigeria First policy would boost patronage, because once you have this sort of almost like giving your first chance to your local assemblers, and you do test the products and you see that it meets the standards that you have, those people working in those ministries, those agencies, parastatal state agencies, they also now become like your ambassadors, because when they now talk about it, Nigeria is very big on word of mouth. It's what you hear, what you know, right? So if people start talking about it and they accept it from those agencies, from those parastatals, it will trickle down into, okay, individuals now also giving it a chance. It will trickle down into corporates giving it a chance. So I believe that if the Nigeria First policy is executed properly, it would boost patronage for all assemblers in Nigeria.
Equally important is investment in people. Meccano is big on skills transfer and capacity building. Training programs are equipping young Nigerians with technical knowledge and practical experience. The company partners with universities and the NYSC scheme to empower youth and sustain the pipeline of skilled talents that Nigeria's auto industry requires.
You cannot underestimate what training will do, not only for us as a company, but for the workforce of the country. The skill transfer is very important because you're building people's capacity. But we're trying to work with universities to ensure that we can have skills training and also have workshops and recruitments where we can bring people in from graduation, bring them in for training. If it's possible, send them to the OEMs abroad for training, so that once they're done with their degree, they're done with the training, they can now gradually move into employment. These are all plans that Mekano has had for years. And yes, we're gradually trying to increase how much of that we do, especially with universities in Nigeria.
Access to affordable financing is another challenge in the industry, and Mekano is at the forefront of change. The company hails the Credit Core initiative, calling it a game changer for faster, easier vehicle ownership. Mekano prides itself as one of the pioneer stakeholders pushing for credit facility that ordinary consumers can access to buy made-in-Nigeria vehicles.
Recently, we've had the increase of minimum wage and whatnot, but the purchasing power is still a bit low in terms of what can someone who's working a 9-to-5 job do to be able to afford a vehicle. Now, that partnership with Credit Corp is allowing consumers to be able to access credit, because Nigeria is one of the few countries actually in the world, in all of the automotive industry, where people are buying cars with flat-out cash. Nigeria is one of the few countries in the world. Everywhere else, you have some sort of credit plan that allows you to be able to pay back. So that Credit Corp plan that initiated has been very beneficial, I believe, and it's going to really support the growth of local assemblers and also allow people to have access to purchasing vehicles.
In the area of energy transfer, Mekano is not just participating, it is leading. The company is offering a wide range of CNG and internal combustion engine vehicles, while also working on a new line of electric vehicles. Even more, Mekano is investing in innovation with the REEV, range-exceeded electric vehicles, putting itself at the cutting edge of automotive technology in West Africa.
We have also gone into electric vehicles. We currently have the sample of our DPAL S07, which is an REEV, which is a new electric vehicle. The REEV stands for Range Extended Electric Vehicle. So what that does is it's built like a hybrid, but operates different to a hybrid, which means in a hybrid, you have the engine and you have the battery, and it switches between engine and battery in what drives the motor of the car. In an REEV, you have the engine, which is there solely for the purpose of charging the battery.
Looking ahead, Mekano Motors is seeing a future full of possibilities. Siam Abdul Kader foresees more enthusiasm, more investment, and a definite shift from standard petrol vehicles to a greener, eco-friendlier automotive sector. He sees government collaboration as vital in this journey and credits the NADDC for its instrumental role in pushing the Made in Nigeria vision, especially under the current administration.
Nigeria is a growing automotive industry. You are clearly seeing the rise of auto enthusiasts. You're seeing people putting their energy and effort into ensuring local assembly, and you are seeing a rise of investment in the automotive industry. I believe in the next 10-15 years, with the CNG initiative, with new energy vehicles, you're going to see people having more investment into charging stations, and especially with NADDC. They have been very, very hands-on in this administration. They are always looking to push and promote all the local assemblers, which is very beneficial for us. It's not something that we've always had. We work hand in hand with them directly in order to ensure that we meet the standards required, because it's a two-way street. They are going to promote us, but they're also holding us accountable to ensure that we are able to provide the service that is required. It's not only about sell and disappear like maybe it has happened in the past with some OEMs. So it's something that I believe this collaboration is something that will grow for both parties going forward.
From power generation to powering Nigeria's roads, Mikano Motors is proving that local manufacturing is not just possible. It is happening right here every single day.
That brings us to the end of this edition of Automotive Hour. From tackling challenges to celebrating manufacturers like Mikano Motors that are charting new frontiers, the story of Nigeria's automotive sector remains one of resilience, ambition, and transformation. At the National Automotive Design and Development Council, our mission is clear: to support innovation, strengthen local capacity, and ensure a future where Nigeria's automotive industry competes on the global stage. On behalf of the Council, thank you for watching. Do well to follow our social media handles showing on your screens for more updates, features, and industry news. Join us same time next week for another exciting episode. Until then, I am Maimuna Ahoiza Zubair and this is Automotive Hour. Bye for now.